Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 222 of the Motocross Supercross podcast, and we have a lot to talk about. It's been a minute since we've done an episode for you guys, but we're going to jump right into it. I'm Adam, here with Claudio. What is up, Claudio?
Dude. Can we call something or can we call something?
Yeah, nothing like a month after the race being like, hey, we told you. But hey, we had some pretty good picks going into that race. Really good picks.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, though. You know, we're here to give you guys the latest info on this beautiful sport that we like to follow all year round, and that is Supercross. Yeah, last episode we talked about Monster Energy Cup, which is obviously not the latest Supercross race, since we already had the Auckland Supercross and we had the Paris Supercross.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monster Energy Cup. We talked about Eli Tomac, we talked about Adam Cianciarulo, we talked about Malcolm Stewart, and those were the guys to beat that night.
The guys to beat. Well, I wasn't sure if Adam Cianciarulo could, hold his own against everybody or blow it like he did last time he was in Vegas, and he did kind of blow it. He did fall in that race and blew his lead. He looked really good though on that 450, like super good.
Yeah, he looks unbelievable. He looked very comfortable. It looks like it definitely fits him, and I'm pretty excited, to see if he can keep it together for this 2020 season and to see what he can do against these guys. We saw him beat straight up Eli Tomac and Malcolm Stewart.
Yeah.
Do not mention others, but he looks really good. He looks very comfortable, and I'm excited, dude. It's a good race. He ended up winning the overall at the Monster Energy Cup. Obviously, I said that I didn't think there was going to be $1 million winner, and there wasn't.
You're right.
Adam Cianciarulo ended up winning, though. He will be wearing the number 1 next year. Eli Tomac got second. I think he ran into a little bit of trouble, too.
Yeah.
And it's a little unfortunate. And Malcolm Stewart, he ended up getting third. So a good return for Malcolm as well, for Mookie, coming back from that horrible crash he had in the 2019 season where he ended up breaking his femur. And when we were having the conversation about, was the chain off? Did it come off? Did it come on? Yeah, what a great return for Malcolm Stewart.
Yeah, I told you Malcolm Stewart. I picked him to win this race, but yeah, he looked really good. That whole team actually looks really good. Vince Freese was up there every single race too, and he looked really fast. So, and obviously they just signed Justin Hill to that team as well. So, yeah, that's going to be a great team to watch this season, I think.
Yeah, I cannot agree with you more. It's stacked up, especially, well, not especially, but, with the departure of Justin Brayton to go to Factory Honda, they definitely found some key performers for this team. It's going to be good.
Yeah, and Justin Hill, he can be really, really fast, or he can not. So it'll be interesting to see which Justin Hill shows up this year for the 2020 Supercross season.
Yeah, coming back to Tampa too.
He's not off to a great start though, having Ferrandis take him out overseas there in Paris.
That's right. Yeah, that's the other event that has been happening. We got Paris Supercross with a new king and someone that haven't been on there for a while, and I'm kind of glad that he is, because he's going to give him a big boost coming into the season.
Yeah, the Paris Supercross race was happening. Yeah, Dylan Ferrandis looked really good, obviously the champion for the 250 class last year. So it looks like he's coming into this season healthy and, still super fast, unlike his old teammate Colt Nichols, who had a practice crash and he messed his shoulder up. And yeah, he's hoping to be back for the start of the Supercross season, but I don't know, cutting it close. It's always that time of year where everyone gets hurt training, and then we just hope they can get back in time for the start of the season.
Someone that did not have a good night, though, for this Monster Energy Cup was Dean Wilson, as we all were expecting him to race, I guess, the night race, and not being able to, because he suffered a huge crash in the qualifying on Saturday afternoon, and I guess he clipped one of the jumps in the rhythm section, and he went down pretty hard. He seems to be suffering a leg/hip injury. It's kind of upsetting because, as we know, Dean finally getting another deal with a factory ride, and this to happen to him is very unfortunate.
Yeah, he dislocated his hip. So, yeah, of course, that can't feel good. And he always has problems just staying healthy. He cannot just stay healthy for too long.
That's that Grandpa Earl coming out of him.
That's one rider who didn't have a great Monster Energy Cup is Tim Geiser. And our MXGP guy coming in, trying to, toss it up with the Americans in Supercross. And
again,
he did get 5th, so it's not the worst, but I think he probably thought he was going to win the million.
I don't know if that's he's thinking, especially coming over here. He's an MXGP guy. He likes, they do the outdoors, and I don't know if that's literally what his mindset was at to, win the million. I think he's just trying to be out here and see where his level of Supercross is compared to the best of the best, which is, right here in the States.
Yeah, so tough break for him, but still not bad. So, he did beat Justin Barcia, who got 6th overall, going 5.86 in those motos. So Barcia, I don't know what's up with him. We saw him come out and do really good sometimes. It's just lately he hasn't been up in that top 3 range for a little bit. So we got to keep an eye on him, see if he can pull things together for the Supercross season. He won Anaheim 1 a couple years ago, last year, whatever it was. So I wouldn't rule him out quite yet, but yeah, it just wasn't a good performance for him.
No, it wasn't, but he did pick it up for the Paris Supercross where he ended up winning the overall. So,
okay, well, that's good. All right. So don't rule out Barcia yet.
Yeah, he's the king of Paris.
Chicken patties or burger patties?
But yeah, he did look like he struggled a little bit in the Monster Energy Cup, but he definitely picked it up a couple of weeks after that and ended up getting the Paris title over, guys like Dylan Ferrandis and Joey Savacci. Justin Hill was there as well. Malcolm Stewart, who ended up having the fastest time. Jeremy Martin, who's coming back, and
dude, Jeremy Martin, he looked great at the Monster Energy Cup. He went 6-6 and then crashed in that third race, finishing 14th, but he was up there every single race. So
yeah, he got a great start. He had a great start. He bought a little bit with the guys up front, and I was very surprised. He did great.
That's a good return for him, especially with all the, troubles that he faced with his back and, trying to come back too soon and then
learning how to walk again, pretty much.
Yeah, but remember that whole thing? It was like he had to get another surgery after he thought he was on the road to recovery. So
that's right. Yeah. I guess he got it right this time. No bicycle riding or skiing after it, huh?
That's right. So it looks like he's good now, which is awesome to see. And we'll have to wait and see what he can do as well this season. But I think he's going to be one of the favorites for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do coming back to this 2020 season. Hopefully he can stay, in one piece till we start at least. But yeah, he ended up doing decent over in Paris as well. And I'm kind of excited, man. I'm kind of excited for this. He ended up getting 4th over in Paris, behind Dylan Ferrandis, Malcolm Stewart, and like I said, your king of Paris, Justin Barcia.
We also had Chad Reed at the Monster Energy Cup, finishing 9th overall on a Honda, surprisingly. So say goodbye to JGR for him. They have definitely downsized their team. They're going one rider each for 450, 250, and the 450 rider is Joey Savacci. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll have to see what they can do. The whole Jason Wygant went into JGR's facility to like see if they were open or not. And yeah, they were open. Just it was just a funny thing to watch. But yeah, Chad Reed, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up, if he ends up anywhere. We do have someone like Kyle Chisholm who left his team to start his own team with Ricky Fowler, the pro golfer. So it'll be interesting to see how that even plays out itself. It's like everybody wants a ride so bad, and then now the thing is like, oh, just do it on your own. So
yeah, Alex Martin returning to JGR as well as their 250 rider. That's kind of
no surprise there. He was on like a multi-year contract, so yeah, he's got to step it up this year, though. He's got to.
I wonder how much influence Ricky had over, Savachi's pick for the JGR team. I'm sure he was one of the main reasons that Savachi got that ride. As we know, Ricky Carmichael probably sponsor for life by Suzuki, and also he's Savachi's trainer, I guess. So
yeah, his protege.
That's a good
as
fit,
you might
though.
say.
That's a good fit. That's a good fit. I feel like, I don't know, their bike's still slow, I guess, but so it sucks for Joey. But maybe he can hold it wide open.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw him do it last year at the Monster Energy Cup, where he could have won that moto, but he did the gentleman thing and gave his ex-teammate now, Eli Tomac, the million.
Yeah. Yeah, he ended up getting 100 grand out of it. I'm sure he did. So we all won here.
Well, that'll be interesting to see this year if we see Savachi and Tomac battling it out. They're not teammates no more.
I doubt it.
Oh, dude, you know who else we're gonna see though?
What's
the
that?
Tickle monster, Brock Tickle, making his return.
Brock Tickle making a comeback. Yeah, finally. I was like, who? But yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's all he's gonna be super fit with his methylhexanamine doses and stuff. So he's gonna come into the season ready to go.
What do you think?
Extra.
What do you think he's using now?
Yeah, he's probably just on like water and Chipotle or something now. He's got to be careful. He can't even take little gummy vitamins or something now.
Yeah,
He's
nothing.
Yeah.
Don't even like risk it with CBD. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing.
Dude, we have so much news to talk about. It's funny you mentioned CBD. They're gonna sponsor Monster Energy Supercross now.
Which is stupid
After
because
all that stuff last year,
I know,
now they're gonna sponsor it.
Exactly. They went through this whole thing with Wilson and Chad Reed and you want to bring money to our sport? Yeah. Okay. You guys are good. Come in.
Yeah, Chad Reed had to like tape over his helmet and stuff. He couldn't even have it even in the broadcast, and now they're like a big sponsor.
I know.
So,
it's like Monster Energy CBD Supercross. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, I can't believe they did that. And that's just goes to show you Phelps Motorsport.
yeah, like how hypocritical can you be? Jeez. But I mean, I think it's cool. I'm not going to argue with that. So it's cool that they're coming around, I guess. But Chad Reed, he's got to be like, what the hell? You got to be kidding me.
Well, he did. He has that team now. The CBDMD Honda team. So
yeah,
I think that's probably good. He's gonna get support from in this 2020 season if he was to return, because there's rumors that he's not gonna make it to A1, which I'm kind of upset about.
Yeah, well, the most recent article I read says that he will be making his debut February 15th in Tampa. That sounds like 250 East Coast, because that's the first 250 East Coast race too. So maybe he's dropping down. So that'll be really cool to see that too. And of course, Tampa, we're back on the schedule, bro. That's what's up.
Yeah. I know. I cannot wait. It was a great race. And, like Justin Hill, when he was here last time and he moved to the 450, he kind of rocked it until he went down or got taken out. But
and Cole Seeley, that's where he had his, he broke his hip or something, his pelvis or something.
Yeah, that's when his career ended too.
Yeah,
he did the straight rhythm, and he's just kind of like bike developing over in Honda. Like, he's still gonna be around, but he's just gonna race for fun, I guess. Saturday nights over at the local track.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Somebody else that got an extension on their contract is Zach Osborne, who's gonna be racing with the Husky people through 2021, and I guess they did that move after Wilson kind of busted up. So
Yeah, that's a good idea there. Zach Osborne, he's always been pretty solid. Yeah, and Zach Osborne, he's another one. He was supposed to race in Paris, but he didn't. He pulled out because of kidney stones. So,
oof.
Yeah, right? Pissing out boulders over there.
Somebody that also got a team for this 2020 season, and I'm kind of glad he did, and he kind of deserves it because he's been, I guess you can say, paying out of pocket, for all his racing and his previous season. Is the friend of the show, the ice cream man himself.
No.
Lorenzo Lacuzia, bro.
No way. Who's the new team?
So he's going to be racing. Have you heard of Team PRMX?
Yeah, I have.
Well, yeah, he's going to be racing the East Coast with them. They also have a West Coast guy, and it's going to be... So it looks like Logan Carno and Lorenzo Lacuzia are going to be the riders for that team. And I'm glad, dude. I'm excited. He finally, it's not the greatest team, but he deserves someone to take his bikes and pay for his stuff, and it's paying off, and people are seeing it, and I hope he gets really good results this year because he deserves a good ride.
Definitely. So we're always pulling for Lorenzo here at the Motocross Supercross podcast. So
yeah,
he was with that Kissimmee Motorsports ride, that Legends and Heroes. He had kind of an up and down season last year. So yeah, good luck to him for another good season. We'll have to talk to him as the season approaches and get the scoop on that as well.
He was one of the few riders that is non-factory riders that actually scored points in every single round that he raced in the outdoors. So that's pretty impressive, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll have to wait and see. Wish him the best of luck this season. Is there anything else we want to add in on this episode? Obviously, we're going to be throwing in some more episodes soon because we're back. And as the season approaches, we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered it all for this episode. Like you said, we're a little behind, but we're here, boys. We are here. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at MXSX Podcast. We'll be starting to post again. We'll be very, 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 very into it. Yeah, very. And we're gonna be posting. We're gonna be telling you the latest, and we're gonna be uploading some episodes every week, pretty much. And just make sure you stay tuned and follow us everywhere.
Have a good one. Peace.